on the iPhone 14.
Yeah, I just used my brand new iPhone 14. I will say, though, I had an iPhone 12 for 5.5 years. Oh, no, that can't be right. It was an iPhone 11.
What are you in 2027? You fucking liar.
I had it for 3.5 years. iPhone 11. Yeah. About 3.5.
Quickly try and fucking do your maths, mate.
As soon as I said that, I was like,
that doesn't sound right.
how did I do that?
That doesn't sound right at all.
God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cancel Me Now podcast. This is episode 51, and we got the blue man. He's back. He's returned from the work site. Have a go at him. Looking fresh, looking foul, looking freaky. How you doing, big
I'm
dick?
good. I'm covered in fucking semen and cement this morning.
What have you been doing this morning?
One of the boys is doing a retaining wall, and obviously what poor people do is they don't just pay someone to do it. They get their mates around.
Hang on. You're saying that you actually do, like, is this at your house or their house?
This is at my friend's house, yeah.
So he hasn't been able to afford people to come and do it. He has to pay his mates.
He's a battler like the rest of us. So
no, brand new iPhone 14 I got here.
How are you, mate? Obviously,
Yeah,
well.
good. Well, you know what I've done? I've really upgraded my life. I got an iPhone 14. Finally moved from Optus to Telstra. So you wouldn't believe it. I get reception at my house.
Congratulations.
Finally. Because last time I went from, I've been with Optus my entire life.
Can I just say, fuck Optus?
Oh,
I'm with
it's
Optus
good.
at the moment. They suck ass.
Mate, it's good to move on. It's good to move on. And you know what? When the iPhone 14 was announced, I DM'd Telstra.
What did you say?
What up, guys? No, I just said, hey, when's the iPhone 14 coming out? They got back to me. They replied to me in about, can you fucking pull your pants up, James? Cunt. James Lord, ladies and gentlemen.
Producer Lordy.
Producer Lordy.
He's like a prison inmate, the amount of arse he shows.
Oh, no. You're lucky you're not in prison. You would be...
He'd get raped.
You'd get raped.
He'd get raped.
And rightfully so. So last time I bought an iPhone, you know, you sign up for your plan. I was talking about it with Claire. I was like, I am not signing up with Optus again. This is ridiculous. It's shit. Everywhere we fucking live, can't get reception here, there, and everywhere. Comes to the day, I fucking go into Optus.
Panic.
I walk out. I get home that night. I go, oh, fuck. I was meant to. So I'm locked in for 2 years.
Panicked.
Stayed with them for 3 years. Now I'm on to Telstra.
Good.
DM Telstra. They get back to me. They tell me, like, within 30 minutes, they tell me exactly the day that it's going to get released and how to do it. They send me a link, and I go, fucking sweet. And then I got it. But when it was released at 10 o'clock at night for pre-sales, and I panicked because I didn't know how quickly they'd sell out.
I'll give you a hint, mate.
So
they're not going to sell out.
I bought Deep Purple, but I actually like it. It turned out quite nice.
It's different.
I love it. I love it.
Very bold move running it without a case.
Well, I don't have a case here. I'll just take a photo of you. There you go. Look at that.
How good's that? Yeah, very bold move running it without a
Yeah, you
case
look
early.
beautiful. It's
I'm
good
covered
camera.
in shit, aren't I?
Oh,
Fuck.
yeah.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, guys.
A big cum stain.
I got my first brand new phone of my life this year.
Oh, look at this.
What have
If
we
you
done?
click on the photo, you get like highlighted,
Oh, what?
and I can copy it. Does that mean I can put it somewhere else?
Oh, no.
Over there.
This is not the time to be unboxing your Apple products, mate.
Shut up. Yes, it is. Well, what did I do? What did I just copy?
I don't give a fuck. No one listening gives a fuck.
Bullshit. Everyone, this is the Buttsman Tech Reviews. This is what everyone's here for.
This is where your Patreon money goes. New gadgets for the big
Hey,
fella.
shout out to Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. How you going? We are live on Patreon every single week. If you want to watch the podcast live, you need to be on Patreon, all right? Go and do it right now. It costs less than a fucking 50-cent bag of lollies a week.
Costs less than a new iPhone 14 anyway.
Yeah, help me pay this fucking thing off. Good grief. Look at the Deep Purple.
I bought my first new iPhone this year through the work account, and 3 months after it fell over on a job site and obliterated it through the case and everything. So that was good. So I had to go back with my tail between my legs and get another one.
Do you ever get the insurance on it?
So Optus must have been running a good rort or something. I wasn't offered insurance, and then when I went back to ask about it, they said no. They were serving a ban, some kind of ban, and they weren't allowed to offer insurance on phones during the time. I would love it if someone could flick us in the comments, because Optus must have got caught doing something dodgy, because I wasn't offered insurance, and when I went back and asked about it, the bloke said to me, "Oh, we're technically not allowed to."
That's what you want from your phone company.
Sort of
no
just
insurance allowed.
A fucking big company too. Just sort of trailed off and didn't tell me anything. So, so yeah, no, smashed it and then was out of pocket, which was fucking nice.
Optus banned from insurance. That is a weird. I'm interested to see.
Yeah,
why.
that would have been it would have been something to do with the ACCC.
It is. I'm on the ACCC website right now. Optus to refund more than $2 million to mobile phone insurance customers following an ASIC concern.
So I wasn't offered insurance. This was only in December, January of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't offered it, and then old mate, when I went and fucking quizzed him, he's like, so yeah, I knew something dodgy must have taken place with a big telco. Fucking dogs.
How's on the Patreon, Lordy posted as Cancel Me Now number 4.
This is the 4th episode.
4th episode.
What are we up to?
Why is it number 4? We're up to 51. No, 41.
41?
So the first comment is, wasn't 4 like 6 months ago from Maddie Austin?
Correct, Matty. You are paying
Shout
attention.
out to Maddie. Yeah, so I got my iPhone yesterday, and I haven't got a case yet. It should be arriving
That's
today.
bold. I wouldn't have taken it out of the box without a case. It's scary.
Talking about, well, it is scary. I got sent these from one of my mates who does all the Pokemons, JJ Muhammad. Do you want to open a Desert Storm pack?
What are these?
These are like
These are Iraq trading cards.
these are Desert Storm trading cards from 1991 from Topps who make all the basketball cards, all the football and baseball cards. Topps made Desert Storm cards. Now,
This is-
camera should I show this on? Look at that.
This is like
We're on the shot. Yeah. Desert Storm cards. So I thought we'd open them. These are, 20 years old.
Is this gonna be like
30 years old?
Pokemon. Like,
What if we get something good?
I'm keen to see what this is.
Okay. Oh my God.
Oh, nice quality. Should we be opening these? 91. These could be worth a bit of money.
Okay. My first card. Oh, that's the infantry card. That's not how you go through it. You go through it like this. You go
I'm sorry.
Canadian Air Force. You don't need to see it. It's a fucking photo of a plane. M1 Abrams. That's a tank. A-10s in formation. They're planes. The Patriot Control Center. Is that one? That's an interesting one. A Bradley tank. Oh my God. What is it? It's Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney
Uncle
card.
Dick.
I think you're supposed to put that on the wall and shoot at it. Cobra Copter and the Sideways Missile.
Oh,
Every kid's fucking dream.
I got a cracker. First cab off the rank. None other than General Colin Powell, ladies and gentlemen.
What a weird card.
What? Yeah, that's weird. There would be some people that would froth this.
I know.
It'd be
I know.
very,
If
very
you were
excited.
heaps patriotic in America, you'd be like, yes, get me some of those.
I'm
now.
looking for one of those war crime ones, where they put the bags over those dudes' heads and waterboarded them. I want one of them.
I think that comes as a holo.
Yeah, that's a holographic.
That's the Charizard.
What an odd collectible.
It
But
is a really odd collectible.
There
isn't
would be some patriots that would love this shit.
I think so.
Yeah.
Talking about Patriots, Patriots in the UK are struggling.
R.I.P.
We haven't even spoken about this. Me and you, Claire and I spoke about it on the Mum and Dad show. But the Queen's dead. If you didn't know, if you haven't been watching the fucking everything,
Yeah, R.I.P. to Queen. Was she 96?
96, I think. A lot of people said, "What did she die of?" Being 96 is probably up there with one of their reasons.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But yeah, she. I was sort of sad. Were you a bit sad? Nah, you fucking heartless cunt.
I just don't care. Like, as in, like, I do understand people love the monarchy. People like fucking love the royals, and I think
You know who doesn't? You know who doesn't? Triple J. I heard
Triple
them all bagging the Royals.
the Jays are too cool for the royals, the monarchy. Yeah, and like I don't know, I don't give a fuck about it. It's not reality TV to me. It's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't impact my life. I don't give a fuck. Like,
No, I
and
get it.
it's an old lady died, and they die every day.
Well, it's someone's, it's someone's grandma. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's fucking so is most old ladies are someone's grandma.
I know. But when people die, it's a bit sad. Like
If you know them.
well, everyone felt like they know 'em. They felt like your grandma. That's what I thought the Queen was. My granny.
Did you?
No.
It's just like, no.
But I was a bit sad. Claire was a bit sad. Dickie got a bit sad because it's a granny. Yeah. If she was like 60, no one would have cared.
Yeah, they
But
probably
because
would.
she's 96.
Do you reckon a lot of people were disappointed because she didn't turn up? She didn't raise the bat?
I was. I thought she was going to hit 100.
It'd be
for
nice.
sure.
She'd be getting some good medic. Like, if anyone's going to get to 100, it's a royal.
Well,
Like, you're fucking.
I was watching this thing last night talking about what one of these the dudes who do the embalming. He said that he believed that she would have, because she's going to lay in wait up into a funeral, which would be when this is released. obviously people on Patreon are watching this live, but if you haven't paid the $2 a month, you fucking tight asses, you're watching it the day after the funeral. But for 10 days, she lays there for everyone to walk past, and
That's what the big processions are at the moment, isn't it? There's queues of like
8 hours.
Millions of people going to say bye.
Walk past. Cheers.
Respect.
All the power to you,
Give her a
sister.
little bump.
Little fist bump. They should. Imagine if they had that. It's like a little fist was sticking out like that and just a little fist bump. Or the blimey stone. The blimey stone?
You get to kiss it.
Kiss her on the ass or something.
I'd like to go out, like an open casket, but I would like to be stuffed and just have a little fist out of the coffin so people can just walk past and give me a fist bump.
What about if you they sat the queen up and like her face dropped down and you could throw like little balls in her face like the circus clowns?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good.
I tweeted about her being
a lizard, I believe.
Lizard. And it wasn't even that funny, but it happened right away. So that's why people jumped on it.
Well, yeah, if you can just get in quick, like you say,
say.
It doesn't have to be particularly funny as long as it's, it's there.
But I had a few people in the comment section get quite mad at me. Going this is just way too far. Like you've done it this time. I was like, come on, man.
It's not even, like you say, it's not.
Everyone's doing it. Calm down. And then someone who doesn't like me, they're like, oh, it's great to see Butsy's fucking fan base finally turning against him. And I was like, what? Are they?
Imagine if that's it.
That's what I got done for.
If that's the thing that brings you undone.
Calling the queen a lizard. She's definitely a lizard. And I see all these things all the time, like of King Charles now. He's there and he's got the little lizard eyes. Are you telling me that cunt doesn't have a tail?
Also, what's doing with his hands? Have you seen
sausage
the
fingers?
How big are his mitts?
Man, I didn't even see. The other day, there was a Photoshop of him with actual sausages on his fingers. I didn't even notice. I swear I didn't notice until 2 seconds into watching it.
It was one of those things where the meme informs you. Like, I had no idea about his hands, that it was even a funny thing. And then you see the sausage fingers things, you're like, fuck, this will be funny, but it won't be. And then you see his hand. That's fucking, it's got to be something to do with his circulation or something. That's absurd.
Well, you know what? We were at the doctor's the other day. Hey, Bill.
Lordy's dog's here and he's bumping into stuff.
He's just walking.
But I like him.
Hey, mate. Oh, I love Bill. He's great. We're at the doctor's the other day and I said, we were talking about the Queen's death and, I said, I think Charles is going to live a long time. And the doc goes, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I said, why? He goes, I don't want to comment on his medical history, and I don't know it. But
very professional doctor.
Yeah, he is. He is a great man. But he doesn't think that he's going to live that long.
I like it.
I think he might kill him.
Yeah, he's either going to bump him off or he can tell something.
Or he knows something's going on.
Yeah.
But surely if your fingers are that swollen, there's something going on.
Or he's just got big hands, probably got a big piece.
Fuck, imagine Camilla's pussy after he finger jammed her. Jesus Christ, just blasting. You thought the tunnel got smashed when fucking Diana drove into it. Imagine Camilla's tunnel getting hammed down with those big, thin sausages. Poo-poo.
Yeah.
Chipotle snags.
Hey, on an unrelated note.
Don't take me off snag finger.
No, but unrelated, but we're just topical.
Yeah.
You think of something funny after it's done. 2 R. Kelly jokes came to me. R. Kelly got sent to the Slammer the other week, and 2 R. Kelly jokes just came to me out of thin air.
So should we pretend, because this Lordy did name this episode 4 on Patreon,
we could pretend that
reason.
R. Kelly's just been prosecuted.
Oh, he's edited it. Well, let's pretend we don't.
Well, it's like when you have an argument with someone and then you think of something good to say after you've already walked away.
That's my whole life. So okay, so you hear about R. Kelly? He apparently pissed on someone.
Yeah, well, if you're into reincarnation, that bloke's coming back as a urinal cake. Because it's just, and also it's not even. It's just
Lordy.
Don't fucking no. Fuck.
Hit it again. No one hit it.
Lordy's obviously just discovered the soundboard.
Yeah, we found it today.
What did you think those buttons were?
I fucking got no idea.
I knew what they were.
How bizarre one.
Fuck this song.
That's one where Lordy walks in.
Pedophile music.
He's not a pedophile. He's a crack addict.
I said it's pedophile music. I didn't say he was a pedophile.
Okay, so who should Lordy be pressing that for every time we mention him? Is that
R. Kelly.
What about Prince Andrew? No, well, that's how everyone in England's got to pretend at the moment that he's a hero.
Yeah, I wonder what happens with Andrew now. Obviously, Granny was doing a bit of sweeping under the rug. I wonder if they'll throw that cunt under the bus now.
I don't know, but you notice there's no altar boys surrounding the Queen's coffin at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew's fucked them all and they're all
off.
all having the day off, bleeding out of their asses. Yeah, R. Kelly. So you had 2 jokes.
Yeah, and then it wasn't a joke, it was more an observation. Do you remember that song he did with Usher called Same Girl? And it's about him and Usher being in love with the same girl.
Yeah. Is that one?
It's not so cool for Usher now, is it? Because R. Kelly was into like 14-year-old girls. And they're like, I don't know if you can get the lyrics up. It's fucking hilarious. Like,
Lordy. I'll do it, mate. I'll do it.
It's pretty funny.
Lordy's panicking. What's it called?
It's called Same Girl by Usher. And if you think, like, you listen to the lyrics and they're talking about how they're in love with the same girl, but they don't know at the time. But then it's, oh my God, she's playing us.
Okay, so it goes, yo, Ush. What
What
up,
up, Kel?
Kels? I want to introduce you to this girl. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, no. I think I really love this girl. Lordy.
She's so fine. Straight up, dog.
She's so fine. She stands about 5'4", Coca-Cola red bone. Damn, she drives a black Durango. That must be some type of like
It's one of those little kids' cars.
yeah,
that
it's a
you
kid's car. License plate says Angel. Tattoo on her ankle. Plus, she's making pesos. Got a crib on Peachtree.
That's a parent's house.
Okay, right on 17th Street. They call her Titi. Wait a minute. Hold up, dog. She says she's got a kid. Maybe that's a typo. She a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So basically, Usher could be in the same boat as R. Kelly.
are we suggesting that Usher is a pedophile?
Well, no,
I don't think we should.
But I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he said he was in love with the same girl as R. Kelly, and R. Kelly just got convicted of fucking kitty fiddling. So, I don't know. You crunch the numbers at home, guys.
I want you all to crunch those numbers.
Anyway, those jokes are fucking 3 weeks late anyway, so what the fuck?
I don't know about the urinal cake one, but I like where you're going. You still doing stand-up?
Nah, never have. Are you?
Wish I wasn't. I'm fucking over it.
Oh, yeah?
No, I just want to do a new show.
Have you written anything? No. It's hard to do a new show if you don't write anything.
Well, I've been doing the same show for fucking 2 years because of COVID.
Fucking COVID.
But I'm nearly finished. I'm nearly finished the tour. So, but this is my favourite show I've ever done. Don't get me wrong. I'm very proud of it. But it's
It's in your body of work now, mate.
yeah, it's there. So I've got New Zealand coming up this week in Auckland, and then
Ooh, when are you heading over?
next Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be good. And then we're off to fucking Wellington the day after that. And then Sydney, got some Sydney shows coming.
Nice.
You might have to come and see me one time.
I've been once. It was enough.
5 years ago.
I will come to Sydney.
You should come. And then Perth. Perth's going to be an absolute cracker.
They love you over West.
Mate, the great thing about Perth with these shows, we're doing the Astor Theatre, right? So it's 1,000 people. And so far, for 2 shows, we've sold like 1,500 tickets. And it's still like a month and a half away.
That's awesome.
So it's going to be 2,000 people. It's going to be fucking sick. Great way to finish the year.
That's
Very
great.
excited about that.
And then rest of the year just cruising?
Up to Toowoomba and the Sunshine Coast as well for some big shows up there. So it's going to be beautiful, mate. It's going to be beautiful.
Fuck, the year is nearly up. Because I was just thinking then, I was like, oh, yeah, that's not the whole year. But then by the time, like, it's fucking...
Yeah.
The year is nearly over.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's a funny one because I don't really do like the open mics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's not my thing. I did that for a long time. I found it more beneficial to just test new things on stage when I'm doing a normal show, and that's what I try and do. But also, like, it's not so much that I don't enjoy doing stand up, like testing new stuff. It's just that I prefer to spend my time writing and then perform it on stage and make it, because I feel like if I go into a stand up comedy night here, like I go into a spot, I feel like I get a lot more out of doing a proper show in front of a big audience and writing with it over a period of time. And that's why the Melbourne Comedy Festival is very, very important. So when I do my next show, which will be 2024, so not next year, the year after, I will start the year with the Melbourne Comedy Festival and I'll do like 10, 15, 20 shows. And then when that's nailed down and I love it, it goes from a show that's an absolute shit show at the start. Like I'm freaking out about doing it, right? So when I first did this show, it was in Melbourne. This was before the pandemic, so this is a while ago. I had like 4 pages of notes because it's come out. We've come out of the pandemic, haven't we? We came out of the pandemic and then I did this. I think.
It's very hard to keep track.
Something happened. I don't know. Someone sneezed. And I came out, and my first night on stage, I had no idea about the jokes. Like I knew them because I'd written them, I'd gone over them. But because we've been in the pandemic for so long, I hadn't actually performed in front of people. And I think that's what ruined doing like open mics and spots for me, because I used to trial things there. But all of a sudden I've come up with all this stuff. I've trialed it at the comedy festival and it works great. Yeah. And it went from a shit show on the first night to by the end of it, it's like I'm ready to tour this stuff.
When you're doing so many shows, I'd imagine that close to get, like, you're going to just be able to chip away at it
Yeah.
in a short space of time and get it probably to where you want it.
But also the problem with being in Newcastle is if I do new material anywhere, I have to then go back into the same spot and it's usually the exact same crowd.
Yeah, there's not a huge comedy scene here, is there? There's one comedy club.
There's one comedy club, which apparently is great. I still haven't been.
It's only just opened up recently. Are we going to host our
We're going to do our live
there?
podcast there on episode 50. So that's coming up on the
Which,
13th of November.
depending on Lordy's keystrokes, I mean, it could be the next episode.
Who knows? It
We don't
depends.
know where we're up to.
So we're going to do that there. But it's apparently a really good venue. They set it up. I know the guys who set it up, and like they're just genuine comedy fans.
Next to a great kebab shop too.
Right, it's up. Yeah, I know.
the
what
bottom
you're
of
talking
Derby
about.
there.
Yes. I used to go there after the old Fannies and the Argyle. So yeah, so I'm looking. This is what excites me about stand up is doing the new stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to be doing. But don't get me wrong, I still like the what I'm doing now. But it's just because this tour has gone for 2 fucking years.
Done to death.
Like I still haven't been anywhere because half of it's been cancelled because of the vid.
Fuck. COVID.
But I just want to get out and get it done. Like I'm very proud of it. I still enjoy it. I still think it's funny. And I think what I will do is when I do a new special is I'll do half of the material from this tour and then half from the next one.
Nice.
And the best of both worlds sort of thing. But I don't know, man. It's good to get to the end of the tour, I think.
Fuck yeah.
Because when you're on the road for such a long period of time, it's just ongoing.
Fuck yeah.
And all that type
It
of
would
shit.
feel like that for sure.
But I can't complain. At least I'm not digging fucking holes.
It's your life.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
Nah, it's good.
But you know what Dixon and I are like? We're just like, fucking get us home
It's-
to our autism cave.
It is very funny to watch you guys because like you've chosen this like what people would envision as like the rock star life. Like you're a big successful comedian.
Yeah, good.
And you're like on the road playing in front of thousands of people, and you just cannot wait to get back to your house
Take me inside,
under
please.
the blankies. It's very sweet.
No, I love doing shows.
Yeah.
And like one of the problems with going to and touring Australia is you go to the same spots, and I find that everywhere is exactly the same.
I don't think like when you hear like because I listen to a lot of like comedians talk about doing the road, and America it seems to just be so diverse. You got red states, blue states, the north, the south, the big
Yep.
cities, country towns. It sounds so different, and it's fucking huge. It's 350 million people or whatever.
Which people can't wrap their head around as far as how many people that is. That's why doing open mic spots to test new material in Newcastle doesn't work because it's the same crowd every week.
Yeah, and it's just it's a small. The east coast of Australia is not very different to like you can go anywhere pretty much on the east coast. It's all pretty much the same.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
when I say you can't do those, you should. If you're a new comic, you should be doing it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying don't do that. What I'm saying is for me doing that because and also they expect me to be good,
yeah.
which
yeah.
jokes sometimes aren't that good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fuck as we saw with the R. Kelly the urinal
Sometimes
cake.
they're just not that good.
Sometimes
You think something's going to be good.
Sometimes they go. I think it's that light blue button there, Lordy. Sometimes jokes just fall on them. No, wrong one. Sorry, light green. No, that one. Sometimes they fall in the ass, but it's important. I actually had a young fella come up to me in the gym the other day, and he said,
That's weird.
He wasn't that young. He said to me, I've seen him in there before. We've said g'day and all that type of stuff, and I know he's a bit of a fan, which is wonderful, and I appreciate that. How's a bloke was at the gym as well wearing my shirt the other day, and I was like, oh god, this will be good. I walk up, g'day mate, nice shirt. He goes, hey, I like your stuff. And that was it.
That's great.
I was like, fuck, you wearing my shirt? Don't you want to say g'day? You want a photo? He's just
Hey.
like, nah. I was
Just
like,
appreciate from a distance. That's nice.
no, he was a very nice guy, actually. He goes, what else did he say? He goes, mate, you keep making these shirts, I'll keep buying them.
What a legend.
All right, fair enough, big fella.
What a legend.
So this young guy comes up to me. He goes, mate, I've always wanted to do stand-up. I've done, I did my first comedy night, of open mic night the other night. I was like, that's great, man. How'd you go? He said, yeah, some went well, some didn't go that well. I said, that's it, man. You just got to get up. And when I first started doing stand-up, I was doing like one of those a week and then driving to Sydney on the weekend and all that type of stuff, trying to get on stage twice a week, trying. But when you're working full-time, obviously it's tough. And when you're also in a city where there's no scene
Yeah.
and driving to Sydney where Yeah, there's a scene in Sydney, but it's not that big in comparison to the big places in the world.
People talk about New York, and you can do like 8 spots a night.
Well, when I was in New York, I actually didn't do as many spots in New York because I was concerned that it could affect my visa application later on.
Yeah, probably.
Well, let me just rephrase that. I didn't do any spots in New York because I was an illegal immigrant. All right. That's
if anyone working for US Border Force listens to this,
and surprisingly, there is a couple because I met.
There will be, and you will not be welcome back in the country.
I met 2 legends at Hawaii Airport, Honolulu Airport, who I both got fist bumped off, and then they took me through like the speedy.
That's great.
What's it called? Fucking
yeah,
TSA.
like the express lane. Yeah,
they took me through. I was like, oh my god, hey. What was I fucking talking about?
Not doing doing as many spots as you can.
you
New York, you can do heaps.
Yeah, so in New York, one night there, we were at the stand up New York, and then like around the corner is the stand, and then up further is this, and then there's that, and then there's a basement here, and you can walk, Uber. Usually everyone just uses a subway, and you can get to 10 spots a night.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to do something like that. You can do that in the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
That's what I was going to say. Like that's your Melbourne Comedy Festival. That's a whole couple of weeks.
But also, these guys are doing 5-10 minutes on stage. I'm doing an hour and 10.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you know, and there's something about spending an hour on stage where one joke starts off as this fucking urinal cake joke, and all of a sudden at the end of the tour or the end of the whatever, it is a completely different joke. It's honed. It's got tags. It's better. It's funny. It's good. And yeah, I think what I will do is when I write this new show, I think I will utilize that comedy club. In Newcastle
to work
just to
out
do some pop-ins. And I think one of the reasons that I don't do other ones, just there is the reason of I want to have good material and that type of stuff. But I also had a falling out with one of the dudes who ran one of the Newcastle ones.
Yeah, right.
He's a piece of shit. And
what happened?
Oh, just fucking. I don't know. Like, take it like this, right? In this comedy scene, you either pick one way or the other. So either you hate me or you like me, right? With the Newcastle comedy scene, so there's a few dudes that seem to like they're cool with me, but most of them fucking hate me. And the guy who I'd been friends with for years, and we were really good mates, did a lot for each other and all that type of stuff. He chose the other mob.
Is it because you blew up? Like people
just didn't want to be not that he didn't want to be associated, but he didn't want to be publicly associated.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, "Fuck you, then."
That's gay.
It really is. Like because he was worried about how it reflected him. I was like, "Fuck that." Yeah. So these, he had these comedy nights going. I was going all the time, having a really good time. They were good. And then after that, I was just like, "No." I'll just
that's how they want to be.
I'll just run my own race. But with this new one, I think that's good. I think we should utilize that, and I think you should utilize that too.
Yeah, definitely. But their open mic nights are Tuesday nights, and I'm in bed very early.
It is tough to do those.
That's the thing. I've always because I do think about it, and I'm like, it's just such a nocturnal life. Like I'm up at Sparrowfart.
It's not that nocturnal.
No, it's not. And you're right. I think of like when you talk about stand up, you always just picture like New York and these guys are doing till 3 in the morning, probably doing sets.
That, mate. You'd probably get at an open mic night. We should do one.
Yeah.
We should do one, and we should record not your set, maybe bits and pieces, but we should record.
Not at the start when there's R. Kelly urinal cake jokes, maybe later once I warm into it.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm shameless, mate. I've made a goose out of myself. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about bombing.
That's what I do for a living.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
That's
right?
what we do in front of multiple cameras every week.
Well, we should do that. We should do that. But you do have to have material.
Yeah, you can't just turn up. I know.
No. We've had people do that before.
Not like we do with this podcast.
Well, I have notes. I don't know about you.
I
do have notes.
What else have we got?
My brand new iPhone 14.
What else have we got in the notes? That purple's thrown me.
It's cool, hey?
It's different.
How about this one? Too many women, not enough sperm. The Victorian donor dilemma. By Shona Hendley.
I've got a couple of horny mates that would fix that sperm.
I reckon come up through Newcastle just with a couple of buckets. I'm sure some blokes will
100%.
fill it up. When Victorian woman Nina decided to have a baby by herself, she ran into a problem. There's not enough sperm to go around. Bullshit.
What do you...
Specifically, not enough Caucasian sperm.
I don't know about that.
Prior to the pandemic,
why has it got to be Caucasian sperm?
Well, you don't have a fucking... No, well, you got to choose. When you go to a sperm bank, you're going to have the option of, do I want a it's like ordering off a menu. Do you want a black baby, an Asian baby, a white baby,
Yeah,
a Middle
right.
Eastern baby? You can have whatever you want.
So beggars can be choosers. That's what they're saying.
Cum sluts can be choosers.
Yeah.
I think that's what it said here.
Yeah.
Prior to the pandemic, a friend who went through the same clinic as me said that there were options, that the options were so extensive that they could match their donor to her husband so closely, from the Caucasian ethnicity through to their hair and eye color, height and weight, even down to their occupation.
That sounds made up.
Imagine your missus if you couldn't sport Spormans.
I'll just...
Can I get a red-headed fucking... What do you fucking do for a living?
Scaffolder.
A red-headed scaffolder, please.
Please. And they're like, yeah, we've actually got a lot of that sperm.
His name's Josh.
Yeah, I've been donating fucking secretly for months.
Nina, who wants to remain anonymous, they fucked that up because it's still waiting for an IVN clinic to help help her. Said when she reached the top of the wait list, she was granted access to the donor profiles. She was confused to see there were no donors matching her Caucasian experience. Isn't that weird? Because I thought white dudes would be flicking the jerk, wherever, just spurting loads.
I would have thought if anyone's going to do it, it'd be like be donating sperm. It'd be like crusty, pale white dudes.
Okay, well apparently it's not. So who do you think the ethnicity that is doing the most is? This is going to be good.
How to phrase this without sounding racist?
I'm going to say Mexican.
Is this Australian?
Yep.
Okay. I reckon like Lebanese dudes are pretty horny.
Oh, I didn't even think of
They're
Lebanese dudes.
pretty horny. Any Lebanese dudes I've encountered are fucking sex addicts.
Like you can imagine, like you know how much when they say, "Do you want garlic sauce?" How much they spray on that fucking kebab.
They're liberal.
They're liberal, so that's what they're doing when they're going.
They're liberal spurters.
When they're going to their concreting jobs.
Yeah.
They're actually just jerking off into some poor old lady.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how it's done.
What was who's the most? Did you? You don't have the answer to who's the most.
No, I haven't got to the end of
Who
the article.
donates? I thought you might have been able to tell me who donates the most.
Victoria's actually seen an increase in sperm donors over the past decade, but the demand has increased at a rapid rate, driven in particular by the huge increase in single women seeking sperm donors. So ladies are wanting to take on a baby by themselves.
It's a big ask.
I know. I just think that's because it's in Victoria and a lot of Victorian women are unfuckable. While Victoria's local donation numbers are now no different to other states, Victoria's laws, which are designated to protect the interest of donors, they are.
And to be fair, there's not a lot of Victorian women listening to this, I don't think.
Oh, can you imagine?
Yeah.
God.
That was good.
In one 24-hour period, only 2 Caucasian donors came up with they had 14 allocations available. They only had 2 of them. We need to get white men wanking. White men wanking. White men wanking.
Lordy's found the sound. Oh, the crickets have gone off.
Did you not press that?
That was from banging.
What?
That's a spooky. I think that's because we're.
That's what should have ran.
Yeah. Well, any white dudes out there, get down to your local sperm bank and dump loads.
So I'm just keep talking because I want to
Can
find out the
we?
answer.
Well, this is probably a good opportunity because one thing that sort of irks me about this podcast is we're not doing ad reads, so we should be getting a local sperm bank on board, and we can sort of kill 2 birds with one stone. We can get paid, and they can get the sperm they need. So I feel like if you are a young single man out there or not, you might just enjoy masturbating. Get down to your local sperm bank, and drop a load, and it'll help a load. I think that should be their slogan, something like that.
Thank you for calling the Fertility Advice Line for City Fertility. The office is currently closed. Our phone operating hours are between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday.
This is the problem.
Australian Eastern
This is
Standard
when white
Time.
men want to wank.
When you're hungover on a Saturday morning,
8
how many times do you
Australian
rip the
Western
ears off
Standard
it?
Time. Please note that we are closed public holidays.
Just waiting to see if I can
If
leave a
you need to
message.
speak to a specialist urgently, please call the
Urgently.
office for the-
No!
I'm gonna blow.
Fuck!
I'm
Get
gonna
a
blow.
specialist now. This is urgent.
I'm edging. I'm edging.
Edgy sickos. Yeah, I mean, that's straight away. I can see an issue. They need to be open Saturday mornings. When you're dusty after a big Friday on the sauce, you're ripping the ears off it. So blokes are just spraying these loads willy nilly. They're getting wasted.
So why don't they have because I was walking the dogs this morning, and I was saying hello to this old lady and her granddaughter. I'm showing them the dogs and all that type of stuff. And if I was editing,
I can't wait to see the segue between seeing this old lady and a granddaughter and donating semen. Go on.
I was just waiting for Lordy to press the gross button, but he's not going to do that. So I was talking to this old lady and her young granddaughter. Jeez, you miss it every time. No.
Fuck this soundboard.
I was talking to them and introducing the dogs, and then she goes, "Oh, by the way, we are fucking what?"
I was just. Are you interested in donating semen?
This is my point. They were what's the fucking religious groups that get around?
Seventh Day Adventists, Mormons.
Nah, the other one, the other freaks.
I don't know.
Dixon, what were those religious people?
The Jays.
The Jovies.
They were the Jays.
Jehovah's Witnesses. And
Don't you fucking touch that soundboard.
and they said to me, "Oh, do you want to join our church or whatever?" I was like,
I'm good.
No, thanks, babe. Anyway, so I was thinking to myself just now, why don't they go around with a little collection bucket? You know, back in the old days in England, how they used to throw their slop over all their shit and piss into the street?
Yeah.
Why can't we just do that from our balconies?
I mean, for many reasons, I assume.
Just for like, if someone's out there with
semen.
just semen.
How much? How big are your loads that you can fill a bucket?
Well, I remember reading this study that said, not study, but it was just like a scientific.
What kind of study was this?
I read some weird things, dude. I try and find 3 stories a week to make videos about.
Of course. So you're going to
read some weird things.
Yeah.
But apparently, you do your biggest load when you're like your first ejaculation is one of your biggest loads.
When you're a pup.
Yeah. And then it gradually gets smaller until you're like an old man and it just like spurts out a Tic Tac.
Just this sad little dribble.
Well, I wonder, what if it's, so what is stopping white dudes from donating sperm? Is it because they have to go into like an office, a facility, and then you got to sit in this gross room and jerk off? That's got to be tough. I don't know if I could do that.
I mean, I could get a load away just about anywhere.
I don't know if I could. Because this is a conversation Claire and I have had when I get older, probably have a vasectomy, right?
For sure. I know a few dudes that have had vasectomies.
But apparently you have to go in and then give them a sperm sample.
Yeah.
Like 6 months later to show that your vas difference, that's the tube that connects your sperm to your testicles. That's how good my fucking memory is.
I knew that.
And you have to prove that it's not like reconnected like a fucking curly hose out the back.
Fucking got itself back together.
Someone's joined it back together.
No, the sperm have found their way.
They're back. You don't want that. Obviously, leads to pregnancy. But yeah, you'd have to jerk off in there. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I have a mate that not donated semen, but they're going through IVF at the moment, and so you have to give a sample. And he was like, it's very unromantic place to jerk off.
Exactly.
Like, and all because they give you porn, but it's VHS, like early 90s.
Still a VHS?
Yeah, it's crap. Like,
what?
And I was like, surely you could just like get on your phone and
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, obviously. Yeah, he said it's not great. It's not.
Don't you just get on your phone and look at like one of the girls who goes to your gym and you just like picture the smell of her asshole as it squats? Anyway, what?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'd do.
Oh, press it, Lordy, press it.
I hate this soundboard so much. I hate this soundboard.
What's the top left-hand corner? We haven't pressed that.
Yeah, good. I'm going to fucking delete them all. And I'm going to delete you.
Was that the one that went off by itself?
Yeah, I don't know. There was 2 of them. There's one with crickets that I like too. That's like when you tell a fucking dud R. Kelly urinal cake joke and you just hit the crickets.
So
Not enough
basically-
white dudes jerking off.
We need more white dudes jerking off. Which,
I mean, that's one thing there's not enough of is white people.
which leads me to my next story. This is about jerking off. Claire and I have been watching a new TV show on Netflix.
It's a new genre of porn.
And it's called Mr. Mercedes. Has anyone watched that? It's great. It's great.
What's it about?
So it's about a mass murderer
Oh, sounds awesome.
who basically kills a lot of people in a very violent way. And you see all of it. It's full on.
Very unassuming title, Mr. Mercedes. I thought it was going to be like
He uses a Mercedes to kill him.
every time.
No, it's in one go.
It's his weapon of choice.
He runs down a crowd in a Mercedes.
It just gets everyone.
Yeah. No,
I thought it was
that's literally the plot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're joking.
No, he's in a Mercedes car and he runs down a big group of people.
Mr. Mercedes is a terrible title for that.
What would you call it?
Well, it's not great for fucking Mercedes brand.
The line destroyer?
I wonder how the people at Mercedes felt about this.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, it's free advertising.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good.
Well, maybe it's like, oh, look what our bull bar can withstand.
Yeah, at least-
16 skulls.
At least you know the car's 30.
Fucking oath. And you can wash it right off.
Yeah.
So Mr. Mercedes, right? It's a story about the dude. What's the dude's name that plays the copper? He's in Braveheart.
Mel Gibson.
No.
Also goes on a big rant about the Jews.
No, that was years ago. Hey, Siri,
over that.
who plays the copper? She's not going to know what copper means.
Siri,
Hey,
who plays the Johnny Hopper in Mr. Mercedes?
Who plays the Jack? And
What do you mean you don't understand, you bitch?
hey, Siri, who plays the police officer in Mr. Mercedes?
Very specific.
Okay, I found this on the web for who plays the police officer in Emma Mercedes.
Brendan Gleeson.
Check it out.
Never heard of her.
His name, not Brenda.
I know.
Brendan.
And I said I'd never heard of her.
You'll know his face.
Okay.
And he's a fucking great actor. I love him. Like, he's funny as fuck. He plays Bill Hodges. Where's a photo that you would recognise?
How is he funny? He sounds like, didn't you say this is a show about a mass murderer?
That guy. No, he's the cop.
Oh, okay.
Do you know him?
No.
Okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway. What are you doing? Give me back my iPhone 14. It's brand new. Now, the serial killer or mass murderer then starts communicating with him after he retires.
So we were giving spoilers out?
No, it's not really anything.
Okay.
But in the first episode, so you will say this is a spoiler, in the first episode, the killer, who you do actually get to see in the show, which I thought was very interesting, so you know who it is straight away. The killer walks into his house, still lives with his mother,
Of course, they always do.
but you don't know it's his mother at the start.
Why?
Because
'Cause
she's sitting there.
He's kissing her. Oh, no way.
She's
really?
sitting there
Oh, yuck, cunt.
in her underpants. Like she looks like a mad cracky.
Oh.
And underpants and like a top that's pretty much see-through. You can see her nipples and
Like
stuff.
lingerie, kind of.
Nah, just like a singlet top. Real. Like,
Okay.
Imagine a singlet top that's been through the dryer 400 times. Right?
Real weathered chesty bonds number.
Stop it. You're making me aroused. Now, he walks in, sits down next to her, and then you can see his point of view looking at her vag area. And then she kisses him.
No wonder you and Claire like this, you fucking
We
perverts.
love it, man. When we were watching this scene, we both stood up and high-fived. It was great. And so anyway, then she puts her hands down his pants or starts rubbing his dick. And then he runs away into the basement, stands on the stairs of the basement, and jerks off.
This is who we need donating semen. Mr. Mercedes.
That's how they're going to catch him.
Yeah.
But I've never been so, like, I've seen rape scenes, I've seen death scenes, beheadings.
Yeah, that would be upsetting when you find out it's his mum. That one.
Like, I was like sort of laying on the lounge, like sort of cuddling up with Littlefoot and all that type was beautiful. I had to move. I was just like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah,
it
that
really
sucks.
creeped me out. There's something about incest, and that's why I don't get the porn category of like stepson,
Apparently,
stepmom.
it's huge, isn't it?
I think it's the biggest.
It's like the stepsister. What is sorry? Oh, MILFs, of course. Well,
Sorry, James.
I mean, of course, goes without saying. I mean, when we're talking about biggest, we mean second biggest to MILFs. But,
Number one porn categories worldwide.
Yeah, the stepsister thing I don't get. But I mean, I've never had a hot stepsister, so
No, I know.
I mean-
God, could you imagine?
it'd be fucking pretty sweet, actually.
Jesus, that'd be so cool. So the most searched for terms in the United States, coming in at number 5, ebony.
Ah, respect.
Actually, let's start at number 6, lesbian scissoring.
Sesame Timbers.
Jesus Christ. Number 4,
Oh, 5 was Ebony.
6 was ebony, 7 was lesbian sisters. Lesbian sisters.
Are you having a fit?
Lesbian sisters.
And generally, when we do a top 10, we can go from 10 to 1. You've gone 5, then back to 6, then you've gone 5, 6, 7. We should generally go from 10 to 1. Is that just me?
I wanted to.
Is that just me? I want to know what the best porn is.
Oh, well,
Give it to me.
Look at the chart. It's hard to count where 10 is. Okay, so 10.
Oh, that's
10 is mum.
a bit like MILFs.
No. Mum. This is the most searched terms in the United States.
Okay.
Mum.
That's weird.
Black.
This is what makes serial killers black.
Black.
Very broad search terms.
Imagine just getting on Pornhub going, black.
What do you feel like today, young fella? Might just
Black.
I don't want to be too specific. See what the search engine gives me. Mum. Black mum.
It's the same thing that happens at the fucking when you're donating sperm. Black.
Yeah. Black.
Teen. Lesbian scissoring.
At least we're getting a bit more specific now, not just lesbian.
Lesbian shopping comes in.
Shopping? No. Stop fucking around. This is serious stuff.
Ebony cartoon.
Like is that hentai? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think so. I don't get hentai.
No, that's bizarre.
I have watched some, like, you know, the ones, the parody ones, are like Family Guy with Lois getting fucked.
I know of them. I can't say I've seen any. I mean, that's what Patreon's for.
You fucking wank. Oh, we should watch one.
That's
on
what we'll
Patreon.
go into.
Ladies and gentlemen, how long are we into this podcast, Lord? Okay, so in 15 minutes, we're going to go straight to Patreon. If you want to join us and watch...
We're going to get a bit of hentai.
Bluey, watch some of that beautiful porn. You can join us on Patreon to watch that. It only costs $2 a month. Now, originally it was $1 a month. Now, we had 1,000 people, right? We had 1,000 slots for that. Sold out. Now it's $2 a month. We have sold 600 of those slots out. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to miss out, get in there before it goes up to $3.
Because you're going to see some crazy stuff like me watching porn, which is
so hot.
just going to be fucking awesome.
Number 4 is MILF.
Yep.
Number 2...
What happened to number 3?
I will get to that.
Oh, okay.
Is lesbian. Number 1 and number 3, stepmom and stepsister.
Yeah. So people like that shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see the appeal
Like of
the stepmom and stepsister thing. Stepmom, maybe the stepmom thing. Actually, now the more thought I give to it, is kind of hot.
oh, hang on.
Like if you got a hot step like Lisa Ann, so I assume that's why Lisa Ann made so much money because she was in a lot of.
Never heard of it, mate. Pornhub.
Fucking lie to me.
The most 10 popular Pornhub categories of the last 10 years. This is from 2019.
Pornhub's a fair barometer.
Number 10 is hentai. Oh God, I think you've got some of your searches on here. Number 9 is well hung. Number 8, huge breasts.
Huge breasts. How polite for a porno search.
Imagine throwing in large boobies, please.
Not like big fucking milkers or something dirty. He's like, you want to be respectful to these sluts.
Number 7 is anal. Number 6 is ebony, mature. Number 5, teen. At number 4, 3, amateur. Amateur's a weird one.
Yeah, I suppose it's.
You want some production value? Then
Yeah, I
MILF
do.
And lesbian.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And that's
cool.
from Pornhub.
This is related. You know, they've got related articles. What type of porn viewer are you?
Oh, did we take this quiz?
Let's find out. Is it a quiz?
I would say passionate. Diehard. I'm a diehard. Connoisseur. Yeah.
So they did a study of 830 people at the University of Laval in Quebec,
Quebec, French Canada, I believe.
capital of Canada. 75% responders fell into the recreational category, which averaged 24 minutes of porn each week.
That sounds like a lot. That seems like a lot.
24 minutes a week?
Yeah. Mate, I'm fucking...
James Lord, who lives by
Well,
himself.
I suppose... What do
24 minutes a week?
What do you reckon the average... I mean, these numbers would all be out there, but like the average... Like, what do you... When you indulge, fellas, how much porn... Like, how long are you watching porn for? I'm like fucking 4 minutes.
What?
Yeah, I don't need to fucking hang around, mate. I'm not... Just get it done. Get on with the day.
Don't you want to enjoy like the production quality and the sound and the
Nah,
audio?
mate, I've got shit to do. I just want to fucking get this rub done and...
Yeah, have a cigar, have a durry afterwards, keep watching the end.
Yeah, but that's like... Nah. I want to get in and get it done, mate. I'm about efficiency.
12.7% fell into the highly distressed, non-compulsive group. Most of whom
That doesn't sound good.
most of which experienced emotional distress after watching porn.
Is that like people who are like, I'm so lonely? Like the cry wank.
I think so. Lordy. The third group, which totaled 11.8% of participants, fell into the compulsive category, averaging a whopping 100 minutes of porn per week. Me and you, Lord.
Yeah. Compulsive. I'm in the compulsive category.
110 minutes of porn while reporting high levels of compulsivity, but moderate levels of distress. Who's distressed after that?
Yeah, if you're reporting distress while you're having a fucking wank, then...
Just cut it out.
Yeah, probably guilt. Yeah, Lordy's right.
I want to find out what the Australian
It would be like maybe like people that are super lonely too, like they get finished wanking, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna be alone forever." They don't want a beer. I'm grabbing a beer.
No, you're not.
I'm having a beer. Well, let's talk about porn's making me thirsty.
Okay, so I've got the top 12 in Australia. This is the Australian one.
Oh, now this is what I want to know.
Okay, so
What my brothers are tugging it to.
okay, do you want to know the top 10 the top searches of 2019? This is obviously a little bit out of date.
Can we get a little bit more up-to-date list, please?
No, I don't think. I think it's the last time they did that. Do you want to know the top 5 porn stars, top 5 categories, top 5 relative categories, or the top trending searches?
I'd like to know. I want to know what the boys are jerking it to.
Okay, I'll get to that at the end, all right? Top trending searches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In number 7, submissive.
Subs. A little bit of dom sub.
Then it comes into doggy style.
Not real creative.
Thick.
It's with 2 C's.
A C and a K.
Thick bitches.
Thick. Gilf.
Gilf.
You seen granny porn?
No.
The bum holes look different. Lesbian tribbing.
Lesbian what?
Tribbing.
With a B.
Yes.
What's that?
Do you know what tribbing is, Lord?
Lordy, what's tribbing?
Yeah, it's scissors. I
Oh,
know. I know that
scissoring.
too. I know. I just didn't want to look like the mad creep who knows it all.
Does anyone else know what's scissoring? You knew what it
How is
was.
this pronounced? Tribbing.
Tribbing.
Amateur and lesbian squirt.
Is this what the boys are fucking...
So the top 12 searches in Australia. Coming in at number 12 is public.
That's... Yeah. I kind of
Anal.
get the public thing.
Anal at number 11. JOI.
What's JOI? You know. What is it? What's JOI?
I think it's like a... jerk off extraction.
Jerk off instruction.
Jerk off destruction. I think it's
What's
called.
jerk off? Who the fuck needs instructions for that?
No, it's where the girl goes, I'm not going to say it. 'cause
You know exactly what it is.
Someone will clip it.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, keep going, big fella.
Oh, really?
You got it, baby.
Really?
Yeah. And then it's like, I finish on me tits.
And then you just destroy your fucking MacBook. and you coat...
Fling me MacBook out my
you
balcony.
coat your MacBook. Looks like a painter's drop sheet.
Chinese comes in. That's nice.
They're just taking over everything, aren't they?
Bastards. They're taking our jobs. The Japanese come in after that. Threesome.
I like threesomes. Shout out threesomes.
Well, Claire asked me this question the other day. Why do dudes like lesbian porn? And I answered it because
I don't really.
there's 2 vages.
Yeah, but there's no penetrate. I like to see.
But why do you want to see I can't watch. If anyone's in my family still watching this, please don't.
Save it for the Patreon if you want.
How long have we got, Lord?
No, we still got. No, don't go to Patreon yet. We get a good,
No.
let's
No.
get it.
No. I can't watch black dicks
Why?
because mine doesn't look like that.
Yeah, but man, my dick doesn't look like most porn I watch. My dick doesn't look like any porn I watch, bro.
No, I can't. I can't look at the black dicks because it looks completely foreign to what my dick looks
You can't
like.
pretend you're there.
Yeah.
I don't mind a bit of Black Raw.
Black Raw.
Black Raw,
Bit
yeah.
of rawtushy.com.
Yeah. No, Black Raw is they're a production crew, I think.
Didn't they make Black Panther?
Yeah, the Black Panther, Men in Black,
Black Adam.
Black Adam, yeah, all of them.
They sponsored the All Blacks.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of more.
The first song they produced was Black or White by Michael Jackson.
They've got a production credit on ACDC's Back in Black.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that was good. Anyway, yeah, I don't mind black dicks.
Yeah. What's that? Henry Rollins. What was that band he was in? Because he actually was sponsored by Black Flag.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne was in Black Sabbath, I think.
Yeah, I think they had something to do with that.
Yeah.
Number 4, Asian. Oh, okay, so we've had Japanese, we've had Chinese, now we've got Asian. The Asians really are dominating that.
Yeah, it's funny that there's 3 categories.
3 categories of Asian.
Could just said
people.
Asian.
But well, obviously Asian people don't all look the same, so that's what I know. That's what you're trying to say, but they don't. MILF at number 3, then hentai, which is also an Asian sort of feel.
The Asians are dominating the charts.
Oh my god, oh my god, and then lesbian at number 1.
I'm surprised that lesbians is high.
Top 5 categories: lesbian, Japanese, amateur, MILF, and threesome. Relative categories viewed percentage more when compared to the world. Oh, so it's more likely in Australia for these categories to be watched than anywhere else. Well, not anywhere else, but in other parts of the world. Asian, number 1. Rough sex, gangbang. Apparently gangbangs are popular with Australians. Popular with women is a search category. Do you know there's female porn?
What do you mean? Like,
Where it's more about like the love
girls.
and the connection.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's like your nubile films and stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, a lot of like kissing and cuddling.
Oh,
and
hang on. Most viewed categories. Got BBW. We've got big ass.
is BBW big beautiful women?
Certainly is.
Is that for just thick?
Very thick? Oh my God. I don't know what category number. I think it says top 20. I don't know what number fucking 15 was. What is that? What is that?
Must be bad if they've
They've only got one letter in it.
If
It's just the C. It's just a C. Can you see that?
they've blurred it out. Obviously, that's his big dick. That's his big tits. But it must be cum shot. I'd say it's cum shot.
It must become shot.
They've had to censor it because it's a rude word. It's odd that an article about porn categories would feel the need to censor naughty words.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. This is an updated version for 2021.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, it's not in a fucking. Oh, it's not on a table, so it's hard to find the answers.
That's all right. I'm sure it's going to be much the same, mate. I don't think things
I don't
change that much.
Oh, Russia and Thailand. Do you know what their number one is?
No.
69.
Yeah, right.
Singapore.
Russia and Thailand both love 69ing.
Singapore, Spain, Sweden, Israel, Mexico, the Netherlands, and Norway are all reverse cowgirl.
I don't like reverse cowgirl.
You don't?
Doesn't look that good.
What do you mean? You don't like butt stuff.
No, I don't mind butt stuff.
What are you talking about?
I just
then?
don't reverse cowgirl. I think it's
All right, fair enough. I'd like to end this with some UFC chat. I'm getting upset at women in the front row at the UFC not watching.
yeah.
It really does my fucking head in because I know
Yeah.
how much those tickets are. And to
They'd be
see-
like 20 grand a pop, wouldn't they?
they're fucking expensive. And to see you sitting there on your phone updating your Instagram while there's one of the biggest fights of the year on does my fucking head in.
Respect.
It breaks my heart. It's like you have people out there all over the world wanting those tickets, and you're there because you suck a mean dick. Because you suck some bloke's bed sheets through his asshole, you get good tickets, and I'm fucking filthy.
And they don't even want to be there.
They don't even want to be there.
That's fucking crook, mate.
Why do you do this?
That's crook.
What do you think?
I think it's time to head to the Patreon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the Patreon, we are going to do something absolutely unbelievable. We're going to review some hentai.
Yeah, why not?
We'll see you next week on Cancel Me Now. It's been an absolute pleasure. Toodaloo au revoir. Bluey Nelson, go and check out the Daily Blue on Instagram. Lordy, are we good to? Oh, we're only on Patreon. Okay, cool. So we've stopped. Lordy's going to the bathroom.
And we're going to find some hentai.
Okay, so
This is the first thing we're doing with your iPhone 4. Are we recording? Are we live?
yeah, we're still going. I think. Yeah, we're still going, Lordy. He's done 2 poos here already, and this is his 3rd.
Fuck, is he okay?
Fucking, the cunt needs to stop drinking milk,
Is he lactose intolerant?
and it just goes straight through him.
His asshole's exploding.
Learn your lesson, for fuck's sake.